The creator of Attack on Titan, Hajime Isayama, has released a new collector's box for Attack on Titan called Attack on Titan Fly. And I am here to unbox it for all of you who give a shit. I love Attack on Titan. I have every single book and all the DVDs. I have all the limited edition Crunchyroll ones for Season 4 because I'm an addict. So you know what? Let's get on with it. This is a big boy package too. I have removed any information that would lead people to raid my house. Obviously. Alright, let's get to the cutting. God, I hope I didn't just cut into something. Ooh, oh, it's another box. God, I wish I had a bigger table for this shit. Use your muscles. Use your muscles. Plap. Alright, why are you upside down? That's weird. Okay, it was upside down for some reason. Alright, so here we've got the official box. Attack on Titan Fly by Hajime Isayama. In the contents, we've got Attack on Titan Fly art collection. We got the volume 35, the limited 35. Premium art reproductions? Alright, I guess. Mikasa's scarf and Aaron's key and lock. They went all out with this, and I am happy. So, now the big question is how the fuck do I open this? There we go. There we go. Don't cut towards yourself, children. You can hurt yourself. I'm watching you. Alright. Let's open her up, shall we? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I'm taking multiple things out at once. I just want to take this one thing out. Alright. So we've got the contents, Attack on Titan Fly Art Collection, Volume 35, and it shows the cover of it. Not in color, but it shows the cover. And then on the back, we've got Premium Art Reproductions, 157 pages. Premium Art Reproduction envelope. Use this envelope to store the premium art reproductions. Oh, I see. Okay. And then Mikasa's scarf, Aaron's key, and lock. Including string. Fuck off. Someone's messaging me. Item for display only. So basically saying, you know, don't try to use the key to open anything up because if you try, then you're a dumbass. First thing out of the box. And it's the scarf. Alright, so there's the scarf. We're gonna take all the items out before we review them all. Look at that. Final episode, Towards the Hill on That Tree. And it's a exclusive. I'm assuming either that's Mikasa's name or that's Hajime Isayama's name next to Mikasa, but it's a nice little rendition of Mikasa here that he drew. Awesome. Oh, pull with the strength of 1,000,000 Vikings. That made no sense. Oh, heck yeah. And then we got right here the packaging for the key. Ooh. Okay. And then here we have the exclusive volume 35 of Attack on Titan. This is extremely thin. So, I have no idea. All I know is this revolves around Levi, I'm assuming. It does have interesting. Oh! Oh, look at that. You can take the cover off here, and this is the alternative cover for it. Interesting. He's never done that with any of his volumes, as far as I can remember. So we'll leave that there for now. Oh my god. Holy shit. No way. I wasn't too sure what it meant by reproductions. This, I'm trying to get it centered. This, you can tell by the markings on the edges here, which I'm hoping are coming through the video. This is the paper, or at least a copy of the paper, that Hajime Siyama used to make the actual pages. That is interesting. And then finally, the heaviest thing in this entire damn thing. The Attack on Titan Fly art collection. It's one of those ones where it's inside. You can see little tufts of Eren and Armin's hair. Ooh. I gotta say, I'm really happy with this purchase so far. This is awesome. Okay, so we're gonna start small with this. So first, let's look at the keychain for Eren. This here is the keychain necklace itself. The key isn't attached to it. It's got little markings on it. I have no... Focus. Focus. Can you focus, please? Are you not gonna focus? There we go. Those don't look like any markings that belong to Attack on Titan itself. I think that's just a copyright branded thing. And then we got that there. And then this looks to be the lock that the key went in, which is interesting why they would add that. But I'm not gonna complain, because this in of itself is fucking awesome. Okay, so either I'm stupid or this doesn't really fit. Oh, I see. I see. So this last one here, this last dingle dangle here, doesn't fit into the lock. That's good to know. You just have to put the first two in and twist it. Okay, so is there any specific way that I'm supposed to be wrapping this? Isn't this why you guys decided to watch this video? You came to watch me tie something? I bet this is just so exciting for you guys. Alright, that looks good. And it just fits like a keychain. There we go. Awesome. So that is definitely one of the more interesting aspects of this, is the keychain. I'm guessing they added the lock as a way for you to use the key in a practical sense. I'm not too sure though. We're gonna put those back in the bag, because it did say keep out of humid areas and like where there's a lot of sunlight, because the color of the string can come off, especially if it's wet or humid. So that's good to know. This angle is not going to do well for me. You can see behind me too. That's all of them. I even have that white one right there is the character encyclopedia. Okay, so now I want to do Mikasa's scarf. I'm going in the same vein as just collectibles. So immediately the first thing I want to say is that there's only one single problem that I have with all of this, and it's that the scarf isn't red like it is in the anime. I think they left it black because that's what the color is in the manga. And I'm willing to accept that. I just wish that they would give you the option to do a red or black variant, or maybe both. But I imagine that they had to think about, like, the cost of production and all that. Ooh, folding this back up is gonna be a bitch. You can also read here, Eren to Mikasa, which is a nice little detail. This feels more like a blanket, actually, honestly. So yeah, it's just a scarf. I'm not going to wear this because I imagine in the future this could be a vintage item, even though I seriously doubt I'm going to sell any of this. But, you know. Okay, now watch as I fail to read it. Why did I do this? Okay, give me a second. This bitch is long. Alright, so that's Mikasa's scarf. It feels really nice. It feels very thin, but it feels very nice. Okay, I need a place to put all these. I'll put them behind me in the box. Yoink. Okay, now we're gonna get into the book. So from the look of the cover, it looks to be... Well, one thing that's very interesting is you can see Yelena right there. The blonde-haired chick. And looking at Gabby, it looks like this is taking place in the future. I'm not entirely sure what this book is going to be about. The back reads, if I can read it properly, Return to the world of the Survey Corps with Bad Boy, the first original Attack on Titan manga since the end of the main series. I'm not even going to try doing that anymore. Then see the final episode of the anime through new eyes as you examine creator Hajime Isayama's layouts. Watch out for the difference between the manga and anime endings. I should unsheath this before I stab myself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to skim through this and I'm going to basically, you know, say my thoughts on it. Oh, god damn. Okay, so the first couple pages, the first bit of this book actually shows something that I didn't think that they would show at all. And that's Levi's Ackerman abilities awakening. If you don't remember or you don't know, in Attack on Titan, the Ackermans were this clan that served under the king, I believe. And they have, I think they were experiments that they did with like the Titans or something. It's been a while since I've read the manga or watched the anime, so the details are a little fuzzy. But Mikasa and Levi are a part of the Ackerman clan, and they both had these awakenings that made them unbelievably strong compared to regular humans. That's why they're able to do all these different feats and all that. And this actually shows that Levi awakened this at a really young age. So, can you please fuck off? So in the book, Levi's being beaten down by some people who are trying to sell stuff to the upper world. And from what I'm reading from this, they got something that belonged to his mother, who he was really close to, and he was trying to get it back. And they were thinking of selling him instead, as it's not super explicit, or it is explicit, it's just not outright said, but they were thinking of selling him as a sex worker, which is what his mother did. And that enraged him, and as he's getting beaten down by this guy, this panel is where it happens here. If I can find higher quality versions of these panels, I'll show those. But you can see here, this is where it awakens. I don't know how clear it'll be through here, but this is like the brain that's awakening. And then in the next panel, you see Levi holding the literal face. You can see him holding the face of the dude up here and right here. So that's where I'm at right now with this. And he's just absolutely beating the shit out of these guys. That's interesting. So Levi awakening his abilities happened right before Kenny left him, and he was left all by himself, which means that this flashback here takes place after his mother died. We also finally see why Levi holds his cup in a weird way, because he always holds it by the top of the cup instead of by the handle, and we see in a panel here that the reason why he does that is because one of the keepsakes that his mother left him before he died was a cup, and you can see that it, like, the handle breaks. You can see Levi's just terrible expression there. Ew. Okay. So the first little bit of that was the backstory to that. And then the entire rest of the book is this entire little chunk here is the TV layouts for the final episode. And it reads, Isayama-sensei drew these layouts for the final episode of the Attack on Titan TV anime. The events of the final chapter in volume 34 of the manga differ slightly from these depicted in the final anime episode. These layouts also include notes Isayama-sensei took down during meetings and for use by the animators. So these are basically what Isayama drew for layouts for how the final episode should look. That's right. So you can see here one of the first things that he did was in the manga, Eren tells Armin at the very beginning of the chapter that Eren killed 80% of humanity, and we can see here that he crossed that out, which means that he intentionally made sure that Eren told Armin this at the end of that flashback scene. He also crossed out some dialogue too. Okay, so one of the things that I was a little interested in seeing if this was an anime choice or if this was a Hajime choice was in the anime at the scene where it's the scene where you see all the footsteps. In the manga, it's just a flat land with footsteps, but in the anime, it's a pool of blood with the footsteps. This is a change that Isayama made, so I'm glad I know that now. And the rest of it is just showing that he cut some dialogue and some other stuff. So really, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I wasn't expecting the majority of this to be the layouts for the episode. I thought this was gonna be a full-on book, but I mean, I'm still happy with what we got here. I'm just saying my expectations were a little bit higher for what it was, but I'm not gonna complain all that much because new book and I love it. Okay, so now we're going to, I'm a little afraid to show this off because I'm a little afraid to show this off, if I'm gonna be honest. I might show a couple of them and then just immediately put them in the folder. Because I imagine these, I'm pretty sure these are just copies of the original ones, especially with how good the print looks, but these are probably worth a lot. Oh yeah. So you can see that I'm assuming that this is the actual size of the pages that Isayama draws on, which would explain why he's able to get so much detail in these, because, you know, the bigger the page, the bigger the panels, the more detail you're going to be able to get into it. So this is the one after the flash forward where we see them all older. There's Eren, Reiner, Jean, Connie, and Peek. Very interesting. And then the very last, some of these have drawings on the back of them. Like this one is of the boy that we see in the very future. And then this is the very stop it. This is the very last panel of the entire manga. So I'm not going to show any more just because I imagine that these are extremely valuable. So I'm going to take these. Oh, interesting. Is that how he maps out the face? So on the back of this one, you can see a little rough sketch. I think this is Historia. And I believe this is what it looks like when he's mapping out the details of the face. Interesting. I know I didn't examine through this a lot, but I'm going to keep these in high regards, and I'm going to not do much with these. I'm just going to keep them in this, which... Am I going to be able to fit all of these in here? And I'm so happy that I spent a lot of money to get this.
What the hell is even that?
I believe on Amazon it was like 180 something bucks. It was cheaper on Amazon than it was on Crunchyroll, which is kind of funny to me. Now the final part of this whole thing, the art collection. Taking that off. Backside doesn't show much. And this is the cover. The front cover. And it looks awesome. And the back cover of it shows Levi, Hanji, and Erwin. So we're gonna look through this together. And these are like colored versions of some of the pages. Like that's the first couple pages of the first book. The second appearance of the Colossal Titan. I'm gonna try to hold this up, and then we got the cover for the first manga, and then another rendition here. I've seen this one before, but I've never seen this one before. I guess that's pointing to himself. It's like a meme-ish one. Very interesting. I'm assuming these are like alternative covers maybe, because I've never seen this one, but this looks like a cover that was used. But this one was used in, I believe, volume 3 or 4. Yeah, I think that's what these must be, because this one is the one immediately after it, I believe. What the fuck? What am I looking at? Oh my god. Colossal Titan is a body pillow. Okay, never thought I'd see that in any of my years on this planet. It's really interesting too, seeing his art style evolve. It's really nice seeing all that. 2013 to 2016. So this is when we're getting to the ending. It looks like no, this is actually season 2. Oh, this is the cover that he... Okay, that's just hilarious. This is the cover that he did for the original version that he did before officially coming up with Attack on Titan. I remember reading that online. And we got some non-colored ones, Levi, and that looks like Sasha. Mikasa with a phone. Erwin reading some books. Erwin? Did I meant Levi, God. Levi in some regular clothing. That's a cover for one of the books, and this is just... Did Hajime draw this? That's adorable. And then that's Zeke. I'm not too sure what this is. This looks like the high school versions of them all. And this is a double spread. Ooh. I like that. This is one of my favorite covers of all time because of this here. Oh, I love it. That's Levi. Another cover. Aaron pointing at himself. Oh, that's the art that he did for one of the magazines. I see. Ooh, I love this. I love this one. This one looks nice. And that's another cover. We're gonna skip forward a bit and go into season 4. That's one of the that's one of the covers. 2019 to 2020, the end here's. That's another cover, and then I've seen this picture before. Oh, I've seen this picture. I think this was an alternative cover, but this, I love this. This is the actual cover. I think this might be an alternative cover. This one I really like too. That's another cover for one of the books. This is new. Interesting. I'll have to read through that. And some more covers. This one is just a funny picture of them all in the sauna. This is one of the covers. And then all of them in their high school looking uniforms. That's another cover. I think that's an alternative cover. That. And then the final cover of the manga. And then some extra stuff that I'll have to read through later, because I'm not going to try reading that upside down. And then it looks like just some extra... Oh, that's the cover for the volume that's behind me. And then it looks like some Attack on Titan High stuff. Very, very nice. Ooh, not too sure what that is. Looks like there's some extra information here that I'll have to read. But that is really nice. I love this. I love all of this. All of this that came with it, everything. I love that they added the scarf and the keychain because those were really big parts of the early series. I love all of that. I am very happy I bought this. I would give this entire collection a solid like 9.5 out of 10. The only two things that I'm a little disappointed in, or that I at least had higher expectations for, was the book and the scarf. Again, the scarf just because, you know, even though I really like the manga, I kind of thought they'd do like a red design, but the black design I'm not going to complain about. And then the book, the volume 35, I thought that was going to be a little bigger, and I wasn't expecting it to be mostly the layouts for the final episode. I was really hoping, especially since on the cover we see Yelena, Yunkapon, however you pronounce his name, you see Gabby, Falco, and Levi all together. I was really hoping that they would lean into what they're doing after the events of Attack on Titan. But I'm not really going to complain about it because we did get a little more insight into Levi's past and how his Ackerman abilities awoke. I just wish we got a little more of that. So, yeah. Other than that, this has been a really worthy buy. I am so happy I got this. This has been one of the best purchases I have made as of recent. So, yeah. That's it for this video. I just wanted to do a quick one there and unveil Attack on Titan Fly for you guys in case you were interested in buying it, because as far as I know it's not a limited edition item, but then again I did order it pretty quickly after it came out. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I will add a link in the description to the Attack on Titan Fly on Amazon and on Crunchyroll. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and try subscribing to the channel. It's going to be real hard for you to hit that button because I said try subscribing. You know, try really hard to do that. If you've got any recommendations for videos, leave them in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!